any mechanism you use that you take it to the extreme of just buying into this consumerist bullshit, I will hate it. Whether it is annotating to the point you can't read it and you just want to sell pretty books, whether it is buying way too many books that you don't care about just to show that you bought them and then unhaul them, whether it is listening to an audiobook in 10 times speed just so you can say you read more, any of it taken to the extreme, I will throw it in the fire. Do audiobooks count? Hello, my name is Joe. I review books and clearly have some very strong book opinions sometimes. But today I want to do a very quick video just discussing this idea of, do audiobooks count? And I think we need to start again. Like my last video, this isn't scripted. This is just me having ideas and wanting to put them out there so I can talk to other people about it. Do audiobooks count? You kind of need to ask yourself, count towards what? Count towards what? Towards the number of books you read this year? Towards your happiness? Towards your, intellect? What do you mean, do audiobooks count? Because what most people mean, I think, is, do audiobooks count to your reading goal? Does reading an audiobook or listening to an audiobook... Why do I have my earphones on? I'm listening to an audiobook. Does listening to an audiobook count as reading? Well, obviously not. It doesn't count as reading because it's not reading, it's listening. You are... If you're thinking, does it count as reading a book? The answer is obviously no. It isn't reading. You are listening to it. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't count for whatever it is that you want to count it. If you listen to an audiobook and you want to put it that you read it on Goodreads, I don't know where the problem is. There is no problem. It obviously counts that you consumed, you experienced that story. Because, if we start having this kind of arguments of the only way that you can count a book as read is if you physically, visibly read it, what are people who can't see going to do if the books they want to consume are not out in Braille? You know? For the first time in this channel, you will see me being maybe a little bit less judgmental about something that is controversial. I don't care. Guys, I don't care if you count audiobooks as a read book on Goodreads. I don't care if you count audiobooks as reading a book. Clearly isn't reading because you're not reading it, but you can count it for whatever you want. You can put it on your Goodreads. You can count it for your happiness meter. You can count it for, knowledge that you attained, because reading with your eyes is not the only way to, attain knowledge, to attain information. Listening is just fine. It's just as fine. It's another sense, like vision, So this is the quick point that I wanted to make today. Do audiobooks count? Yes, for whatever you want to count them. It isn't reading because you are not looking at them, but you are consuming the material. You are learning whatever information it is. Count it for whatever you need. The bigger conversation is, why do we care? Why do we care if a person only listens to audiobooks and then puts 50 read books on Goodreads because they listen to 50 audiobooks? Why do we care? And I think it's just this one is this stupid idea of it matters how many books someone reads in a year, or it matters the way they consume their books. And two, it's because some people are insane about audiobooks. Because I've heard about people who listen to them in 4 times speed. You're not reading or listening. You're consuming. You're having it injected into your ears. So I guess what I'm saying is, I don't care whether you count audiobooks to your reading goal or not. I don't care. It's fine. Listening to audiobooks is just as fine as reading them. You are still consuming a story or consuming a piece of information, and you are still retaining part of it. A very small part of it, probably. You are still enjoying the story. You are still getting whatever lesson the story is trying to tell you. It's fine. I don't care. I would love to know how in the hell you can listen to a story in 4 times speed. Love to know that. And another thing that here I am going to be very critical is People who are like, oh, you can't reach your reading goal, just go to the audiobook and put it twice speed, it's fast. Come on, guys. Come on. Have we lost the idea? And have we lost the plot? Have we all misunderstood what it is to be reading a book or listening to a book or consuming a story in any way? It's about enjoying it. It's about learning something from it, taking something from it. It's about being closer to someone else's reality. Reading is about creating empathy. It's about escaping your miserable ass life. It's about all these beautiful artistic things that connect us to our humanity and to other people's humanity. It's something that enables us to create empathy, to feel for someone else, to know what it is like to be in someone else's shoes. How else are you going to learn what it was like to be a propaganda artist in World War II Japan, So if you are giving this kind of advice of listen to it in 4 times speed to reach your reading goals, stop. No. Of that I'm critical of. Listening to an audiobook because you're too depressed to read a book, that's fine. Listening to an audiobook because you're blind, perfect. Listening to an audiobook because you simply enjoy it better, fine. The voice narration is getting really cool these days. It's almost it's getting to its own art form, which is fantastic. But if you use it as a mechanism to promote consumerism and to promote this vague, hollow idea of reading as just ticking out books you read, then I hate it. So basically, this is my point. Anything that you do with books is fine. Is great that you have a hobby or have something that gives you life from reading about other people's lives. But whatever mechanism you use to read it or to enjoy reading or to practice the art of reading or the art of loving books, whatever mechanism you use it, if you use it to a point where it becomes hollow, meaningless, where it takes away the point of the thing, any mechanism you use that you take it to the extreme of just buying into this consumerist bullshit, I will hate it. Whether it is annotating to the point you can't read it and you just want to sell pretty books, whether it is buying way too many books that you don't care about just to show that you bought them and then unhaul them, whether it is listening to an audiobook in 10 times speed just so you can say you read more, any of it taken to the extreme, I will throw it in the fire. So this is kind of the conclusion to this little ranty vibe I've been having going on my booktube. It started with the book annotations, then the Life's Library, and now the audiobooks. This is what I want to say. Any practice around books, it's adorable, it's beautiful, it's fine, and I love it. I love when people find new ways to enjoy this thing that we love, that is reading. But when you take it to an extreme, when it's just meant to promote unhealthy ideals about reading, I hate it. Reading a book is not a style. Reading a book is not an aesthetic. It's just something we love to do as people. It's just a human thing we love. And yeah, I guess that's what I wanted to say. Just stop making beautiful artistic things into meaningless aspects of your aesthetic. Reading books is not cool. If you're reading in 10 times speed, Jesus. Anyway, like always, let me know if I'm saying something that you think is stupid. Talk about it in the comments. I know I look very ranty and very aggressive in some of these videos, but I don't really mean to. It's fine. I feel like one of the things that I really love about BookTube is the fact that everyone is just so cozy and welcoming and everyone just wants to make friends with everyone else. So let's do that. And if you do listen to an audiobook in 10 times speed, I'm exaggerating, in 4 times speed, which I know some of you do, please explain this to me. And if you are one of those people that loves reading goals, which I detest, and you listen to audiobooks on a higher speed on purpose to reach your reading goal, I need you to explain to me this thinking. I need you to explain it to me because I don't understand it. So anyway, guys, see you eventually. Bye.